The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Big Dog Country Radio. Butch Everett here with you along Bob Morgan. Monday morning, the 16th day of December. And good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm here.
You're here. You awake yet? You just sleep. He wakes up about 10. All right. Well, we've got several guests here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on this Monday morning, and the one that most everybody knows is Chad Neesmith. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, Mr. Butch. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Chad. Of course, Chad Neesmith out there at Neesmith Chevrolet here in Jesup, but he's not here to talk cars. He's here to talk something else. He called me several days ago and like to be on the Butch and Bob Show. There's a big event coming up here in Jesup that he's involved with. So tell us a little bit about it, Chad, and your guest and what's going to be going on.
Yeah, we're this Thursday evening at 6 p.m. at the Jesup Drive-In. We're doing
This Thursday, the
19th.
Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
So we're doing our Christmas in a Box in conjunction with the Church of 1122 out of Jacksonville. Our disciple group is hosting this event, and we're excited about it. It's a way for people to get together and experience Jesus and in a Christmas atmosphere that's not typical to what you would normally see. We're going to have a Christmas Eve service. We're going to have live music and other things like that.
You say a Christmas Eve service, but it's going to be on the 19th, right?
It's going to be on the 19th.
Okay.
We want to do it so we could get everybody there. Didn't interfere with any of the local churches' Christmas Eve services, and just wanted to do it at the drive-in. There's also a bunch of cool movies coming out this particular week. I think Star Wars being one of them. So
yeah, there's several of them.
So we had to work around that. So we're excited about it, but it's going to be an awesome time. I have Dr. Jay Cook here with me, who's a disciple group member. He's here with us today, and I also have a special guest, Mr. Ben Williams, who is the worship pastor at the Church of 1122. So he's going to dive into a little bit more about what's going on and tell us why we have Christmas in a Box.
Okay, Dr. Jay Cook in this morning. Jay, where do you work? Where do people might not know you?
Good morning. I work down at Bone and Joint Institute in South Georgia with Dr. Lex Kennerly and Matt Velosin. And
so we need to call you Dr. Cook then, right?
Of course.
I won't call you Jay. All right, we're not here to talk medicine this morning. We're here to talk about ministry. So tell us a little about your involvement with this ministry group and what's going to be your involvement in.
So I just recently moved to Jesup about a little over a year ago, and got plugged in with Chad Neesmith and the Church of 1122 down in Jacksonville, and we've basically started a discipleship group and basically just meet and fellowship and talk about the Word of God and just do life together.
Okay. Is that the address? 1122?
No.
Ben? I thought it was maybe the address or something, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Jay, go ahead.
So, what we'd like to do is just kind of open up a chance to worship and fellowship together to the community. And we're thankful to Ralph Hickox for letting us use the Jesup Drive-In and be able to do this. And really, we just want a chance for people in the community to come together and worship and make much of Jesus. For non-church goers, it's not a traditional setting. There's, we're just kind of hanging out. We've got food. There's going to be music and a message. For people that go to other churches, it's just a chance to meet together as a community, maybe with people in other churches, and you just worship together.
Okay, let's set the scene for everybody. You're thinking, all right, what's going on at Drive-In on the 19th? People sometimes stay away from things because they don't know what to expect when they get there. When should they get there? What time does it begin? And what experiences will they have during this service at the drive-in on this Thursday night? Who wants to explain that? All right, Jay.
So it's going to start at 6, and from about 6 to 6:45 is just kind of gathering time. If the weather, God willing, works out.
Beautiful weather on Thursday night right now. I was just looking it up. Clear skies on Thursday night. Go ahead.
If it's not too cold, we'd love everyone to just kind of bring lawn chairs, and we'll hang out kind of close up to the front near the screen.
Okay.
There'll be some food available, and hot dogs and Cokes and stuff like that. And
Right.
so we just kind of mingle for a little bit. I think around 6:45 we'll get started with some worship. We'll do worship, and then there'll be a video and then a message. And then, I mean, that'll be it. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Okay, now during the worship time, you're going to have music piped in. You're going to have people singing, or what's going to be going on with the getting people into the worship mood?
Our very own Pastor Ben Williams will be there helping lead worship.
Think of the beginning of we started at 6:45 the programming, and we'll do some caroling. There's some simple carols, and then we'll do some announcements, and we'll watch a storyline, a video, and that's why it's at the drive-ins. One opportunity is we get to see from live video, we get to see a great presentation of not only the gospel, but a great storyline. And then we'll always end every Christmas Eve service with Silent Night, which is a great reminder of what Christ did when he came down to earth. And it's why Christians around the country will be celebrating over the next few weeks.
Okay. And so that'll be all going on this Thursday. I'm sure just open to the public, just no charge or anything of that sort, just great food and fellowship and worship. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Chad, bring the mic on.
Yeah, we definitely would like for y'all to go on our Facebook page. We have an event for it. You go to the Neesmith Chevrolet page, or you can just look up Christmas in a Box on Facebook and try to get somewhat of a head count, or you can go to coe22.com and look up Christmas in a Box there, and you can actually register for the event. We encourage y'all to do that. It's not necessary, but we'd like to know somewhat of a head count. But this is going to be a great time, especially this time of year is tough for people, and this just gives you an atmosphere where you can get together with other Christians and just celebrate the birth of our King. And the video is a redemption video. We all struggle, and I think that if you have any kind of issues in your life or need anything, if you come to this event, you will be renewed, and we're excited about that. And we hope that everybody will come out at 6 o'clock on the 19th at the Jesup Drive-In. It's going to be epic. We're excited about it.
Now, why is it called Christmas in a Box, this event on Thursday night at the Drive-In?
So the Church of 1122 out of Jacksonville has decided this year that instead of having one or multiple services on the 24th of December, we've decided to do thousands of Christmas Eve services in people's backyards, for us at the Jesup Drive-In, and others at their community pools. And the idea is to have multiple Christmas Eve services where we can invite friends and neighbors, instead of just allowing Halloween to be the time where people connect with fall festivals. And we want to also create Christmas season to be family-oriented, neighbor-oriented. And that's why we've decided Christmas in a Box. The reason why it's called a box is because it's a package deal. You get the resources for your family to do and host a service in your home.
Okay. And tell us a little about the Church of 1122. I know that you've got a discipleship group here in Jesup with Jay and Chad and several other folks. And how did it start here? And tell us a little about your campuses down there and churches down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Church 1122 started in 2012. We renovated a Walmart on San Pablo and Beach in Jacksonville, and things just escalated over the last few years. We've launched campuses around Jacksonville and started disciple groups in surrounding areas. And part of our responsibility, what we feel as we interpret the scriptures, is to invest in the neighborhoods, in the people where we have disciple groups. And it just happens to be that we have a great disciple group here in Jesup that study the scripture together, but it's more than that. It's a community feel. They get together for meals, and it's living out the gospel, not just attending church. And so that's a big reason why Christmas in a Box makes sense here, and the church is fundamentally supporting people that are investing in their communities.
Yeah, small home groups is basically how the church started, and it's good to get back to the roots.
That's right.
And to be able to do this. And so the Church at 1122, So you've only been around just a few years. It's amazing. I know that we consider Jacksonville like a southern Georgia big town, okay?
That's right.
It's before you get into what people think of Florida, you know. Florida, starts below Jacksonville. Y'all really just south of Georgia. You're our last big city down there. And so it's a very conservative, Bible Belt type of community down there in Jacksonville. I've lived a long time down there. So it's interesting to see that dynamic still going in Jacksonville. It's a very church-oriented big city, medium city, let's put it that way.
And let me also say, we're excited to be unified with other churches in Jesup that are also reaching their community around this season. It's a great time to help people connect with the Lord, because, man, when you put families together, it gets complicated, and there's dynamics, and there's different beliefs, and you can imagine the kind of pain that people go through this season. So what a great opportunity for all churches to invest in people.
Yeah. I read something the other day that people can stand their relatives for about 4 hours on Christmas, and they're looking for the door. That's pretty bad. But once again, we've got Chad Neesmith in here, along with Dr. Jay Cook from Bone and Joint Institute, along with Pastor Ben Williams from Jacksonville with the Church 1122. They have a discipleship group here in Jesup and Wayne County that meet. How long have y'all been meeting, Chad?
We've been meeting for about 2.5 years. As a matter of fact, Mandy goes to it.
Yes, my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, so we have a pretty good group. We're up to about 40 people now. That they don't all come at one time, but we usually average about 18 or so, Jay. And but anybody's welcome to come. We also going to be having discipleship group sign-ups there. So if you want to join us, we welcome you to come. We'll have 2 or 3 different ones to choose from. So we'll have 2 or 3. We're going to have a men's group, a ladies group. Ours is a mixed couples group, and there's all ages there. We encourage y'all to come and sign up for those if you're interested. We also going to have copies of the Christmas in the Box, because it is a video presentation. We will have live music at the Jesup Drive-In, but we'll have copies of those to give out, so if you like the presentation, you'll be able to take it home, and you can do your own Christmas in a Box at your house with your family members. It's designed to get people that are interested in church but may not like the church setting, or just don't go to church that often. They'll feel more comfortable in a group setting at your house or something like that. It's a way to get the gospel in front of them, and just get them interested in Jesus and knowing Him. So it's a great opportunity to do that.
Okay, and Jay, Dr. Cook, how did you get involved with this discipleship group, since you're just new to Jesup for a year now?
Basically, it just started with the friendship from Chad, and he said, "Hey, we were hanging out," and he said, "We got a small group. You want to come?" Okay. And so we did. All right. And it is. Honestly, I've been a part of a lot of small groups over the years. I've been in church most of my life, and most of them have tended to be pretty superficial. You kind of show up, you say hi, you smile, you read the Bible, you don't really answer questions very deeply because you don't really want to let people know what's going on, and then you leave. Mm-hmm. And this was not like that at all. So this has been probably the most authentic discipleship group, just because the reality is struggles are real. A real life can be hard, and it's a place where you can admit that, and that's part of what the gospel is about, is we can't handle life on our own, and we're not designed to. And so
when you were in the Army as a surgeon, you were involved with these groups before you even moved to Jesup, right?
Not this specific discipleship group, obviously, but
other ones that I'm talking about. Yeah. And so, just in case folks don't know who Dr. Jay Cook is, he works with Dr. Lex Kernley out there at Bone and Joint Institute. Been in town for about a year now. You're a surgeon there at Bone and Joint Institute. You've settled your family in here. You've purchased a house, and you're growing roots down here in Jesup and Wayne County.
That's the plan. No, I mean, we've been, felt very welcome in this town. We've loved our time here so far, and feel very blessed that God has put us here. And some of the relationships we've established have just been just amazingly genuine. We've started to build some really great friendships, and this has been a great place to be.
Well, good. Glad that when you got out of the Army, you decided to make Jesup and Wayne County your home and be part of the Bone and Joint Institute there to serve the medical needs here of the folks in this area. Just fantastic.
Well, we're really excited about it.
We like to see new people here in town, but especially professionals, especially doctors, because as we were talking before, sometimes you have to wait for doctors, and the more we get here, the less you have to wait. But once again, Chad, why don't you just kind of summarize what's going on this Thursday night at the Jesup Drive-In, who's invited, what's going to be happening, and why people should come.
We're going to be having Christmas in a Box at the Jesup Drive-In. It's a Christmas Eve service with live music.
But it's going to be on the 19th. It's called a Christmas Eve service, but it's going to be on the 19th.
It's going to be on the 19th. That is right, at the Jesup Drive-In, starting at 6 o'clock. Doors open. The program will start at 6:45 after we eat and fellowship a little bit. We're just excited about it. We hope that everybody's welcome to come. We'll stack as many people at the Jesup Drive-In as we can. If it's cold, we'll sit in our cars. If not, we'll sit up front. Or if you want to sit in your car, that's fine too. Hopefully, we'll have enough people. We have to get the second screen going. That'd be awesome. We just want y'all to come out. Come and just see what the season's really about. We just want to get together in a community and worship God and just make much of Him.
And if you want to find out more about it, you can go to Neesmith Chevrolet's Facebook page, and they'll have information about Christmas in a Box. This Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Fellowship from 6 to 6:45. Worship begins at 6:45. You have a video, singing, and then a message, and it'll be a great evening for everyone.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Celebrate the season as we should.
That's correct.
Sure.
All right, anything else? Jay?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Ben? All right, y'all got a busy day today to get out and talk to folks. And Ben from Jacksonville, how was the trip up, Ben?
It was a little bit foggy. I saw a bunch of fog coming off the intercoastal areas and a little bit of traffic, but it was a pleasant morning.
Just flying down 95, right?
As fast as I could go
Because you
legally.
have to, or you get not over. All right, you gentlemen have a great day, and wish the event very, very much success on this Thursday evening, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right. Bob, y'all can go ahead. Bob and I are just going to talk for a few moments, and look forward to seeing y'all.
Thank you.
Jay, Ben, Chad, y'all have a good day. All right, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Well, Bob, anything happened in sports over the weekend that you want to kind of highlight this morning?
It's just nice to see Joe Burrow win that Heisman Trophy. He truly deserved it. LSU quarterback, largest margin of vote. Plus, nice to watch the golf over the weekend. USA came back and won that President's Cup over the international golf team.
Yeah, that's what Ben was just talking about out there in the green room that he was watching that.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that over the weekend. So Steelers lost last night, so that was disappointing. But
are they out of the playoffs?
They're still holding on to the sixth spot, but I don't think they're going to be able to hang on. They have no quarterback.
Big Ben's hurt.
Big Ben's hurt. They don't have a quarterback. Guy threw 4 interceptions last night. Just a sad night. So
okay,
defense is playing well, but they just don't have any offense.
All right.
But holidays are quickly approaching. Hard to believe. Today's the 16th?
16th. 1 week and 1 day. It'll be Christmas Eve.
Yep.
So time to get serious about Christmas planning, shopping, organizing, and all that kind of good stuff if you hadn't done it already. And from a news standpoint, anything that you want to highlight this morning from this happened over the last few days in any type of way or coming up?
Just people can hear about the budget. County approved their budget Friday, 3-2 vote, so you can hear all that.
Yeah, I heard that this morning. The interesting debate on that. And so folks can tune in to 105.5 Bob's News. Will be back on again today around 12:15 and around 5:10 to get inside information on in the interviews that you had with the different county commissioners on the budget, which is the most important thing just about any elected board does. Is that's the only thing the Georgia Assembly has to do with the Senate and the House is the budget. And they do all the other things too, but legally that's the only thing they have to do. For boards, that is the most important thing, is setting and approving the budget.
And again, I want to remind people there's a big event tonight at the Odom Church of God Gymnasium. Again, it's a free event sponsored by the Odom Garden Club. They could have music and refreshments, and Santa Claus will be on hand. Again, it's takes place 6:30 at the Odom Church of God Gymnasium. It's called Sing Around the Christmas Tree. Again, music by the missions choir from just the First Baptist Church, and also the praise movement team from Calvary Baptist Church. So all that tonight at Odom Church of God Gymnasium.
Sounds good. Well, Bob, we're out of time. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South. Just past McDonald's on the left-hand side. You got a dirty car? Head on down to Nips Car Wash, that brand-new laser-guided automatic car wash, 2 self-service bays, everything you need to get your car cleaned at a very reasonable price at Nips Car Wash. And brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, where the builders buy, located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.